Hey Jaynard, this is a quick demo video for you for your LS Gullwing. I finally got this done. I appreciate your patience. As you know, I had to order a part for the LEDs and the control box because what you had would not work. What you had was meant to be used with the little circular battery, and that just ran the LEDs, but it didn't do any other functions. So I bought a part from a guy on Etsy who makes a nice control box for this and got it all wired up. Also, one thing I will show you real quick while I got you here. Your chassis, as we talked about, your chassis did not allow for board access because once this guy is put into the hilt like this, you can't get to your board. So what I did was I modified my own chassis to fit your crystal chamber that came with this guy because it's a beautiful crystal chamber, and I used that instead. But what you could see here is like your battery would go here, your crystal chamber would go here, your board would sit here, and then actually your speaker goes right here. So because your speaker was right there and this can't be pulled out, it didn't have any board access. So what I did was made my own chassis. I've got my own chassis design anyway, but I incorporated your crystal chamber. So you've got your crystal chamber right there. It looks pretty sweet. The crystal that you had was a little bit small for this guy, so I have extra quartz crystals laying around, so I put a different quartz crystal in there to fill it up a little bit for you. And I'm going to go over the outside first. Now, as far as the control box, I did a lot of modifications in the control box because I like to put the recharge port up here. But in order to do that, let me pull this off. So this is just on a magnet, okay? As you can see, I was able to put the recharge port right here. And then this entire, this PCB is what I ordered for you. But then you could obviously see the wires going down in there. Had to drill out the center piece all the way down through the hilt to fit that recharge port in there, and then I actually shaved some off the top of the port as well. I'm going to give you a couple kill keys. You can try them out, you can shave them down, do what you like. I do have one that I like to use. I'll include it in there as well. When I put the kill key in and I send it to you, I'm going to tape it. I had been told from a previous customer when I did this, it actually showed up from the mailman playing in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and tape that kill key in. But the kill key's off right now. We'll put it in here real quick. And as you can see, it sits up kind of high. I do have one sitting around here somewhere that I'll find that I chopped the end of this down a little bit so that it would fit in there flush. But it will not, I mean, you can chop them down. It does have a place in there for the top of the kill key. I like that right there, where you can put this down. It's not going to sit as flush as it will with the kill key out of it. So let's pull it.
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you?
Activation right here.
Sound energy critical. Our guests have arrived.
It does say sound energy critical because the battery needs to be charged. But as you can see, it's on. Your stock LEDs are working. Your front button is your auxiliary. And then most importantly, your crystal chamber. Now when we have this on, when the blade is actually on and you want to change color, you hold down your auxiliary button and you twist your wrist and then let go.
Spectrum.
Like that. Now you can twist the hilt to get whatever color you want. And then when you land on a color, let's go with green, just tap a button. You'll hear that sound and it changes the color for you. And of course your crystal is going to mimic your blade color. So anything your blade does, that crystal is going to do. If I can get them both in there. Just like that. And we'll turn it off.
You're wasting your time.
Now when you have the kill key off, this guy, I had to do a lot of modifications of this guy as well. Because again, this recharge port and this PCB take up a lot of room in here. So what I did is I came in and I did some fine tooth Dremel work right along the sides here, along that side right there, and then I actually took a little bit off of this guy, so you can kind of see that here and here. I kind of squared that off. because it only fits in one way. And then when you put it in like this, it goes over the clamp card, which I had to file the clamp card down a little bit as well to get everything to fit nice and snug on there like that for you.
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you?
Cell, energy critical.
Our guests have arrived. Let negotiations begin.
I see your LEDs are working good. They do react differently when you hold down for blade lockup.
There's never time to limber up.
So now that we've got that, and you've seen that, I will throw a blade in here real quick for you just so that you can see. Like I said, the battery does need to be charged, but we've got enough time to throw a blade in. So with this emitter, you want to hold it right here at this brass piece, because I screwed this on as tight as I can, but it might come unscrewed on you if you're just cranking on it right here. So what you want to do is just hold right here, unscrew this top emitter piece, and then when you get that off, you'll see a retention screw right here and then another one on the opposite side. So we're going to want to get those out of the way because they do have to be in the little blade chamber there for the emitter piece to go on. So we'll back those up. I got a little test blade here that you can see everything's working good. Not going to tighten it down too much. And when you get your blade in, you want to take your emitter piece and slide it over your blade and back onto your hilt. Just like that. Now you can't see your blade retention screws.
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you?
Turn this light off.
Cell, energy critical.
Our guests have arrived. Let negotiations begin.
Now the blade's working nice. Crystal chambers mimicking the blade. If I can get it to change color here.
Spectrum.
You got all the color changes happening. And then as they're happening here, they're happening on your crystal as well. Just like that. Stop on green. And we'll turn it off. So I'm going to take the blade out real quick and then we'll go over some internals. How to get to your board most importantly, because I think that's super important. Of course you want to take this emitter piece off. We'll back these blade retention screws off a touch. My blade's actually kind of loose in there because I've sanded that test blade down to fit into some 89 saber hilts that are notoriously thinner in their blade chamber. But you shouldn't have any problem there. 1-inch blade. So I'm going to take this off, throw a kill key in it, and I'm going to unscrew the pummel cap. Now what I did here is it does have a 24mm bass speaker in it, which is right here. That's going to need to come out. So you can pop that out with a pair of tweezers. Just grab that lip right there and pop it out just like that, and then it comes out the rest of the way. Now it's on a DIN connector, if you can see that. Oh sorry, you can see that right here. So I'm going to reach in my finger, I'm just going to disconnect that DIN connector. And that's what that looks like. And then your other side is right here. So I want it to get it to where you can see it, hopefully in the camera. See, if I move that wire out of the way, there's your board. I mean, you can move that wire completely out of the way right there and there's your board. So if I were to put my finger in there, right here I'm touching the board. So from right here to here, that's the blade, that's the board depth in there. You've got plenty of room to get to your board. You can get to your micro SD card if you want. And then when you're all done, plug in your speaker back to the DIN connector. And then you do want to make sure that you put this in there right, so just coil it up just a hair. Just a hair. Pop it in there. You could twist it around a bit like this if it's not fitting, and then it will fall right into place. just like that, and then you could screw your pommel cap back on, and everything works fine.
Surely we can be civilized about this.
Cell energy critical.
Lovely. More smiling faces. Let negotiations begin. There's never time to limber up.
That is your hilt, sir. Everything's working good. Everything's done. This is one of the most challenging hilts I've done, only because of the space in here, getting the crystal chamber to work right, all the modifications done in this box to get this all right and get this recharge port out of the way. But all in all, I think it came out good, and I hope that you're happy with it. I will get it out in the mail to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.